moment you've been waiting for.
Why does it sound so weird?
It sounds weird. Music production.
Sorry, everybody.
There we are.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Producer Lounge. Folks, this is episode 215. You're listening to TPL 215, broadcasting to you live. Folks, if you're new here, this is the Producer Lounge. It sounds, or it is what it sounds like it is. It's a lounge full of producers. We make electronic music, so that's kind of what it's around. But we're just going to, talk about what compressors we hate, how much we like clipping everything, and how much Bitwig is better than Ableton. It's basically what we're going to talk about. And Austin's on board with all of those things, including the third one.
Especially the third one.
Folks, so welcome in.
He's starting the war off the bat, huh?
I'm just kidding. Am I?
Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in, folks. No guest this week.
No
it's
guest. Isn't that
the
weird?
boys week. Okay,
Yeah.
We decided to take a week off. We
Have some
definitely
little us time.
we had a lot of guests that were fighting over this slot for this week, and we were kind of like, you know what? let's just take a week to ourselves. Recoup. It's been 6 months since the beginning of the year since we had Sinistar, which kind of started the whole cruise of all these new guests we've got.
It's been amazing. It's been really fun. We've been making some dope ass friends.
It's kind of crazy.
Shout out all those motherfuckers.
Shout out all of them.
Try and start listening.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna.
I feel like
'cause it's
famous
been
as fuck just knowing
insane.
all of them. And like,
Right.
somebody posts a
weird.
flyer and they're like headlining some like big festival, or they're like
Right.
way up on the list, and I'm like, fuck, we're just like friends with that dude. That's so
I
weird.
know. I know.
Love it.
What's great is when they come in here and you're like, you're just a homie.
Yeah.
Like
Just a goober.
they're all just homies.
People be people.
People be people.
Right. So speaking of people, how's the DAW treating everyone recently?
Going good.
I didn't hop
we've
in
been
today
on a
yet.
remix game recently.
It's true.
Bunch of remixes happening around here.
Yeah. Right. We're both in a remix contest at the moment, actually.
Oh yeah.
Judges are judging as we speak.
Shout out Raz and Hypho. Yeah, we were talking about how remixes are kind of a fun way to kind of start your releasing journey, or at least I was to you.
Yeah.
I've thought about this for years now, where it seems like a pretty good way to go is try and land some remixes, as those
Like
are your
remix contest.
not
or-
necessarily not specifically, but
Yeah.
just if you can. And this is validated by
Honestly, a bunch of people.
I think it was Render who was talking about this, where I was like, how do you ask people, like, how do you get
Thanks, buddy.
the remixes? And he was just like, I just ask.
Oh, Skyja.
Skyja, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Which
he's
is so
like,
sick.
yeah. And you get like 1 in 6,
We'll
but
see.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Like then you got one.
If you make something dope,
Yeah, right.
then
Well, yeah, you
might do well.
at least get get in the door, and then let's say you do 6 of those, and one of those actually lands, and they're like, yeah, we want to release this. But it's
Yeah.
a good way to like get some initial releases out, because it shows people like the lane you're in, because you're not going to remix, like a pop group. You might, but you're not going to get like an official remix of them. But the guys you're going to get official remixes are usually in the same wheelhouse that you're in, and it allows you to start to understand the releasing game. It allows you to start understanding how to communicate with the managers and all the other crew, because you got to ask them like, oh, can I remix this and such, and blah 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 blah. But it's like a good little run in for like the start of a project, I think, is to make a couple remixes, because then you can also get some listens, because they're gonna promote them. It's not just you.
And if you are going through, like, let's say it's a remix for Easy Baked or whatever, If they're down, they send you the stems, and they actually like it. They might even feature it on their Spotify or something.
Right.
You know, some people will do that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you got your first release just featured on something like that or whatever, that'd be crazy.
And it might just be remix, but also it's kind of like, well, you know, if you're making a remix for anyone, you should by that point have a good load of your own tunes ready to rock. Like at least to play a couple shows.
So you get a nice little pop at the beginning, and
Right,
then you're
and
like,
then you can-
fucking single
and then you
next
can use
month,
it.
single
Right,
next month, or like
right,
whatever
yeah.
rollout
Right.
method.
Right. You can start cruising.
It is always funny though. Like, have you guys seen the Spotify pages where someone's top track and most played track is a remix that
Yeah,
someone else did?
which is-
I always feel so bad for those people.
of them?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I always feel so bad for them.
Well, you got to try not to be that guy.
Yeah, can't.
Or you gotta try and be that guy.
Or,
that can have your remix doing better than all the other person's music.
Right. You have the two choices. You can either be the guy that does the remix that hits harder than all of those other guys, his own tunes, or you can be the guy who made all those tunes and somebody else's remix is better than, or is popping off more than all your other tunes. Depends. I don't know how to choose between the two. Just work really hard. Don't fucking slack.
Well, you could not release music,
Well, that's true.
and then no one can
Correct.
remix your tune.
Correct. And you just hunt for
And then
remixes
you just do remixes.
Correct.
Only. Strictly remixes.
for like the first year.
That would be
kind of
hilarious
a
if you
move.
did like strictly remixes for quite a while before
Yeah.
you actually release your own shit.
That's interesting.
Huh.
And then every time someone goes to see you live, like that's where you get the originals, and it's a little special. That's kind of a fun move.
It's not bad.
Also, do you think you have to be at like a certain level to hit up certain artists though? Because like CTYA
Maybe.
at least has like
Yes.
played Red Rocks. He's got some numbers, so he can hit up people.
I mean,
and they
for
can
better-
kind of be like, oh, he's got numbers. Like he's got clout.
For better chances. Yes.
For better chance.
Yeah.
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 Because I guess some artists could just be cool, and they're like,
if
oh,
you have a
fucking random.
relationship or you have clout, that will get you in the door.
Yeah.
But you're not likely to get very much from just trying,
Right.
you know. But maybe sometimes.
So
Sometimes
basically,
people will be down.
right.
If your music is good and you have music up for them to reference to see if they want you to do that.
Oh, so maybe have like
Then-
one release at least, so they can at least hear out your style or something.
Well, if you're going for the remixes only
Oh yeah, then you
at
can't.
the beginning, then you can't. So
yeah.
it's a different situation though. We're talking about having already climbed to a level. Anyway, here's what we should talk about though.
What's that?
What have been some insights in the DAW when you've been working on remixes? What have been some interesting ideas
Well,
that you're coming up with?
I like this.
we can talk about
This is
this
fun.
a little bit after, but I watched a video of Mefjus. Shout out Mefjus.
You can talk about that.
But he was basically walking through a remix that he did, and the main takeaway, besides layering your bass sounds, and I mean that in like your sub, your mid-tone, and your high tone, that's sauce, is the headspace of the remixer. The way he looks at it is he'll bring in all the stems, and then he'll bring in the original track, and he'll listen to the original track in like 16 bar or 8 bar little loops, and he'll just try and recreate those moments. And just his whole methodology for a remix is to take the original idea for those 8 to 16 bars and just overcook it. Just overcook the idea. If it has just a lead, like just slam the lead. Just start distorting the lead and make a new lead that's even bigger, you know?
Okay.
Or if it's just a build up, make the build up even more insane. Like just start overcooking everything.
Do it more.
Yeah, more.
As we tell the AI.
Right.
More.
More.
And he'll also he'll change some melodic things. Like if it's like, he'll be like, well, it's just like, like let's just change a little bit of a moment, but then overcook the idea. Like every time he just overcooks it, and that's like the whole theme.
He pulls back after that, or he just
overcooks it.
Just overcooks it.
I mean, he's just overcooking the idea. He's not trying to overcook the production.
Okay.
It will at times because it's an intense moment, so he's overcooked the idea.
Depending on what you're remixing, yeah.
Right, but in general, it's just the idea is like, it's like. Somebody hands him a pizza dough, and he's like, all right, this is pretty good dough. Let's sit here and work it even longer. Same idea. Let's just work it longer and see what happens, which is fun because that's kind of the way I work. Yeah. Is I'll make an idea, and then I'll sit there and I'll work the idea, and I'll overcook it over and over and over again until it starts to become a new thing, and then I'm like, oh, there's the sauce. Which you get to do that to someone else's stuff it's a great idea for how to think about remix, I think.
Right, that's fair. It almost reminds me of was it Tice who did the Xena edit? That's DMB.
Yes,
right?
I think so.
I couldn't remember if it was Tice or not. I think it was part of his little like fun pack.
Yeah, I think it is.
All that shit, right?
Yeah.
But I just remember it being he did the remix, and it was one just way more pushed and in your face. I'm just saying a lot because like Skrillex produced it, and that's his whole thing all the time. But I remember he like looped the main bongo lead in that song and just like kept it going and just like ignorantly just like yes the whole time bongos. So that's almost like overcooking, like not with distortion but like
it's the
using
idea.
The sample itself.
Yeah,
like
you're just taking the idea of like what's the theme here? Oh, we're gonna play these bongos a lot. All right, well, let's play them even more.
Yeah.
It's just like overcook it. Yeah. It's fucking great.
So fun.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
And so I'm going to try and implement that. The last one I did not do that because the original track was 140 and I made it a 170 drum and bass track, and it's a roller now. The original 140 track was just basically some lyrics and like a just like a really nice wub. It wasn't trying to do anything insane, so I just made a drum and bass version, and now I guess it's an overcooked version of it, but it's not true to that in 100%. But yeah, I basically just made a new song.
Fair. So that's something I want to talk about then, because that's something I always struggle with on remixes. Yeah. At what point do you keep original elements and motifs and keep it samey, and at what points do you make it different?
Well, I'll put this video of Mefjus in the Discord.
Okay.
It's only like 20 minutes long, and it's worth every penny.
Cool.
Cool. But I think this might be the move to get away from that. Is you're only looking at the 8 to 16 bar scope. And you're just like, all right, this thing has like a little bit of a lead, it has a little bit of a build-up, and it has some drums. All right, let's overcook this, let's overcook that, and let's overcook this.
Yeah. That's kind of what I did on that.
Let's just do that.
Remix.
Okay.
You pass it to me, and then I just went to one of the leads and looped it at a certain amount and just started scrolling through until I found like the nice little melody that's just like real short. And then I just based everything on that, essentially. And
it's a good move.
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
Right.
I love doing that, though. Like, if I can get a long string of rhythmic audio, I love to put it in a loop and just start filtering through it to see if something cool is in there.
Yeah.
Right, it does some weird thing. Yeah,
it starts to poly rhythm all over the place, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, doing like 3 whatever measures or bars or whatever.
Right. You can goof off. Yeah,
is nice for the loop.
Ooh, that was nice. Nice little silence there. I wasn't sure if you were gonna.
I was working on it.
Yeah, I figured, but
it's building up.
But I thought I'd break it.
Yeah,
it's been right. It's been fun fucking with some remixing though.
It has been.
It
just
is fun.
Works your brain in a different way.
Have also been.
Especially-
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go on.
It's interesting hearing stems of certain songs.
For sure that.
Yeah. That's why it would also
interesting.
be fun if you did get like an easy baked song or a fucking copycat.
Right.
Like I would love to just hear their stems and like,
Right.
here's just the beat, here's what the bass actually sounds like, isolated, all that shit.
Yeah.
Because certain remixes, not gonna say what, but I haven't been the biggest fan of like the bass
original
tone,
song,
or it's
yeah.
like, and you don't even notice it like in the song, like it sounds normal, but then you isolate it and you're like, oh, that's a little fucking janky. Like that's a little like muddy or fucked up, or the 4K's boosting or like something weird.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to play with that. With the HiFo one specifically, I had trouble trying to like use their main bass and like reprocess it into something new or something. So I had to kind of just give up, and I was like, I'm just gonna design from scratch and like reset, but keep the like fourth note driving mentality.
Right. Yeah. We recreated the
Yeah.
You
patch
recreated
for his sub. Yeah, because it was just like no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried
So
to
we just remade it,
borrow that,
which works
but
great.
I did a little different
Same.
Yes.
That's exactly what I
rhythmic
did. Yeah.
thing, but like kept the
Yeah.
and then
kind
I
of vibe of that because
and then I low passed it a million times.
It is. Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
had to try and get the mud out of there, dude. Because it would like the problem with a bass like that, like folks at home, we're talking about a bass that basically starts at let's say 300 and pitches down to 90 or 80
or lower. Yeah.
within like 30 to 100.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They had a long boy.
Yeah. It's like boom,
Yeah.
boom, and it seems fine when you're just listening to it on its own, and kind of when you're like working on it. But the moment you get it out into like the car or into the garage or into like a mid-heavy speaker,
tough.
it just you're like, oh my god, it's all mud. Like you can't hear
very
anything
hard,
because it just soaks up everything. And it works in their track because like the vocals don't start till 500, so like there's nothing really in the way, and it kind of will take the whole low mids and just do its thing.
Yeah.
But when trying to remix and having a bunch of like low mids that you're trying to use, it gets in the way.
Gets in the way.
Really fast. So I had to just, I had to take it from doom to just like it starts at like 100 and then it's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
there you go.
It's really
It is
like
very hard to wrangle. I put like some serious compression on that thing to try and get it to.
Yeah.
to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
I think it was also this remix contest specifically was kind of a fun remix because the whole drop has the vocals going over the drop.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to make a decision like, oh, do I maintain that mentality and just have the vocals send, or do I like fully redesign the drop and just like have it sprinkle in or like whatever thing?
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna hear a garage remix make it because that was one of the other options I was thinking of. Like you could just make it a 4 on the floor garage track at 140 and just have the vocals on the whole time and have a respace on the bottom, and everyone would be like, this is sick,
right?
But I didn't really want to do garage.
Yeah, I almost went halftime garage. That was the first
like real low key.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too.
Right, but then I also thought in my mind, I was like, wait, this is the trending thing right now. They're gonna get 1 million like this. I was like, let me.
That's a good thought.
Not do that.
That's a good thought.
Yeah. That's also an interesting thing when you're doing a contest. You almost have to think about.
Yeah, you're playing chess. You're playing a little bit of chess.
You're playing a little chess.
Yeah,
a little mental chess.
Like I'm trying to It depends. Like there's some where you're like, I don't really care. I'm just trying to have fun with like the friends. But there's like when it's a release on Deep, Dark, and Dangerous.
Yeah, you're going to get that released.
And we're homies with HiFo. We're trying to get Raz on the show. Hey, Raz. Come on, let's go.
Come down from Canada, eh?
Hey, when we're trying to do this,
we're trying to do a bass sound.
A 2 for a 2, son. Yeah, it can. you have to kind of play the odds a little bit. You're playing a little bit of the odds, and especially it helps to be a dynamic producer like we are, where you can kind of be like, ooh, I can go garage with this. I could go deep dub. I could speed it up. I could go jungle. Like, what do I want to do? And then you're like, okay, who else is going to be wanting to release on Deep, Dark, and Dangerous? And what are they going to try and shoot for on average? You're like, okay, what are most people likely to do? Probably garage.
Right.
Or some kind of deep dub version of it.
That's also what was kind of interesting is the winner is going to be released on the label. And I doubt, like they said in the post, they were like, give us variety. We want variety.
Right. And then they said winners.
They did say winners.
Right.
I fucking
Which if they want variety and winners, I'm assuming they're going to release at least an EP, and it's going to have three different remixes, and maybe Raz and Hypho are going to remix one of their own tracks that are a different one on there. Because I could easily see that. Yeah.
In my mind, though, like I don't imagine Deep, Dark, and Dangerous wanting to release like if someone did a hard style edit or a rhythm edit, right?
No.
So there is kind of a vein like. My first thought was like, oh, I'll just turn it into like my classic like glitch hop style. I'll just do the mraz and the fucking that thing. But then I thought about that and I was like, no, they're not. I doubt they would, even if it was like fucking sick and they were like, we wanted to choose this as the winner. Like, I don't think they would choose it because it's going to be released on their label and it's going to be a reflection, right?
Totally.
So even though they said variety, I bet you they still want something that fits in the world
a
of
folk
Deep, Dark, and
song
Dangerous
version.
Yeah, even if it was the best,
they might go for it actually. But
you think so?
I don't know.
But almost
the
if it's like
fucking folk song remix. Of a Raz.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would have to basically remix it as a folk tune, and then remix that folk tune as kind of a low-key deep
tune.
Yeah, like a deep dubbed tune.
Deep, dark, and folky.
And then they'd be like, yo, what? This goes hard.
Yeah.
But like, that's three folds.
We got a nice little...
What's up, Permanent?
Deep question from Permanent.
That's a long boy. You're writing us a novel.
When attempting to learn a new genre, where do you guys turn to learn new drum patterns?
Love
like
this question.
Garage, for example, really want to start messing, but just don't know any of those drum patterns. Guessing you just search on Google, LOL. I mean,
I just pull in the genre into the DAW and I copy the drums.
Yeah, I just pull.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
References. Yeah. That's exactly what I do.
If you're trying to just learn, just rip off. Like literally one-to-one recreate like 10 different garage songs you like. Try and get the tones to match, but copy the exact rhythms and like velocities of those rhythms.
Yep.
And you
really
can change like
garage.
the hook or the basses or
I mean, you can do whatever. At some point, you will start making it different and just turn it into a song, probably.
Right, correct. But
which
it's
is
great
perfectly fine. But you could also just try and make yourself like... Basically treat it like I'm making kits to make songs out of. So you make the pattern with a group of drums with like all the nice little extra bits installed. You got a little bit of your group processing in there. You've gone and made everything blend together really nice and kind of try and sound like the shit that you're looking at.
Right.
And then whenever you want, you can go grab all those drums and make shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can fuck them up if whatever you want.
Right. Chop them.
Or at least the groove. You can like, I don't know if you're in Ableton or not. Yeah. Because you could just have to make a couple that are based on the reference tracks. You can just start throwing all those hi-hat patterns and the snare patterns and stuff into the groove. And then you just have them.
I usually try to not copy the vibe as much as the rhythms.
Same.
Just personally, I don't want it to sound like the same kind of drums.
Same.
I want it to be the same rhythm, but I want to try and make a cooler kind of like kit.
That's
just a unique kit. Just like a unique kit.
Yeah, exactly. A unique kit. Yes, exactly.
Like...
That's good.
Throw all the things in there. And
we have the ability.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Because you just stole the rhythm, but you have a very unique fucking little loop going now.
Yeah, like try what are the hand drum or the bass
djembes, bongos.
yeah.
Djembes?
Yeah, the djembes.
Yeah.
Like use those as like your off snares and like make like a really weird hand drum version of a garage, and then slow it down and put it at like 90. Oh, dude, it goes hard.
He's
it goes hard.
preaching
It
some
goes
shit
hard
right now.
It goes hard.
Yeah.
Shit goes hard. But yeah, the number one thing is reference, which you could Google and you could YouTube. There's plenty of guys on YouTube like Stranger for drum and bass stuff. He does shitloads of like videos on the various patterns.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple different
here's
house
like
guys.
The 2 big or 3 super popular ones. And
Yeah,
here's
and
like
then
how
here's
you
some
can
weird
make
ones.
variations. Here's the weird.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other guys that do that in other genres, but I think the fastest, most educational way is to just grab some references, because everybody's going to have a couple tracks that at least start with drums, so you don't have to like be concerned about some tracks that just have the drums alone. Although Ultimate Vocal Remover is free and it works really fucking well, and I use it for references all the time.
Same.
Like for exactly this, I'm like, I need to know what's happening with the drums, but I'm too lazy to listen and line things up. I'd rather just put it into Ultimate Vocal Remover and remove the vocals, and then I'm left with the drums and the bass and whatever else, and I just pull the drums in, and then I just have the drums for the whole song, and I can just sit there and just grab.
That's a
the
nug
rhythm
right there.
It's a soup nug, dude.
It's a good nug.
Yeah, it's a meatball.
It's a meatball.
I learned that from somebody else on YouTube, where they're like, just use AI to get the drums out, and then you can just
such a good
reference
idea.
the drums. And I was like,
that's a good move.
I mean,
I don't do that, but I need to.
Yeah.
because it's not gonna like
sound perfect.
Yeah, it's not
but
gonna.
it'll
You're not
give
trying to
you-
grab the acoustics. You're just trying to grab the transients so you can pull it into the grid and look
See
at
what
the
it-
damn
yeah.
thing. Yeah, and just line shit up.
Yeah.
That's
Just line it up.
That's another reason Splice comes in handy with stuff like this. When I was learning Garage at
I
first,
do that too.
Yeah, I would just find like the top layers in loops that were like Garage style,
Yep.
and you hear how like
Swung there and
swung
shit.
there, the intricacies they're doing with the hi hats and like weird layering.
Yeah,
where
pay
snares
attention
go.
to how often they do changes within the drums. I should honestly do this with dubstep a little bit more.
It goes hard. It goes hard.
Because I know people pay so close attention to their drums in dubstep, even though like
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it when you're listening to it, but it is all very nicely placed items, basically, is what it is, with very specific delays and things going.
Yeah.
And I need to just refresh myself. I make a good bit of dubstep anyway, but
Great question, Permanent.
yeah.
That was nice.
That's sick. Thank you for question. We love that.
Thank you for question.
Thank you for question. I made I was working on this Rye remix. That I just stole the vocals with the vocal remover thing.
Yeah, it's the goat.
And I just wanted to make one of these because I love them. But my bass is weird. So I have a bass that is, it's a sub, and then separately within the synth, within Faceplant, it's I want to say it's an octave up, with a octave up sine wave with another sine wave FMing it. That's not playing at the same time. That's kind of pitched up a little bit, and then pitched off like a Reese. So I have a bit of just a slight FM Reesing happening.
It's got a little bit of tonal, like
in like 100 to 150
yeah, exactly.
or something,
Yeah,
somewhere in there, 120 maybe.
Cool.
And
that makes
it's
sense.
kind of nice.
does.
Now that I listen to it,
It's now that I listen,
or now that I
you're
think
remembering
back
listening
to
it.
listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just it's very hearable. I don't know. It's like nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a touchy area, like the 100 to 200 to 300 area, but
It might be in like 80.
but you
even.
need that.
Yeah.
But you need an amount, otherwise now it feels thin.
Yeah.
But the moment you go like a decibel above the amount, oh, now it's mud. Like it's such a touchy area, but it is like so crucial. I'm trying to think back to that bass sound, but it didn't like jump out to me.
No, it sounds like a sub.
Whatever you did was just like right enough
very
to just
mellow.
like like blends
it's
in,
smooth.
you know?
Yeah.
It's very Bob Ross
I just
of you.
thought that was interesting. Like it just is nice. It just sounds really nice, and I always am trying to get my just like sub to just kind of sound like boo, like really
you look at it-
clean and clear.
Did you look at it in a scope at all? Did you see if it was copycatting? You know, where it like does a little bit of goof on the top end because you're bringing in the oscillator above, because that's what I assume is happening, because you have an oscillator above that's an octave above, and then it's getting FM, so it's not quite a sine anymore. And then you're bringing it in just a skosh, it's going to flatten out the top of the first harmonic. So you're getting, man, I wish I could talk. You're getting closer to maximum wavelength for longer.
Sure. Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Which is basically
Probably am, yeah.
the Mr. Bill move, but
Yeah.
he stole that from Andre, which is, you know, you make it so it doesn't look like a sine wave anymore. It kind of looks like a
Bill
little
stole
bit
it
of goof.
from Andre.
Yeah, I mean
Let's go. We're on to you, Bill.
no.
He's very clear about it.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he actually says that.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he's super clear
Yeah,
about it.
also, fucking was on the pod recently. He brought it up as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I forget who.
The gin.
Duffrey.
Duffrey,
Oh,
yes.
the Duff
Duffrey.
Blaster.
Yes.
Duffrey did the louder for longer chat, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We all know.
Copycat sub.
Yeah.
Is it really? It was from Copycat.
Originally.
I feel like I heard it from Bill first.
But
I heard it from Bill first.
I heard it from
blamed
Bill
Copycat.
first, but in that video, he's talking about how he was wondering how Copycat got his sub so thick, and so he asked Copycat, and this is what Copycat explained to him, and
That's
he's explaining it in the video.
Imagine Bill reaching out to you to be like, "Yo, teach me."
Well, they were
That's a crazy.
They were
level.
friends, and they were both homies in Australia before, I think.
That makes sense.
So the idea
That's
is you have your sub at your whatever it is, 40 hertz or whatever.
Here,
and then
we
okay.
can't. Well,
You can just pull it up.
Yeah, I can pull it up still.
And in Faceplant, it'll just tell you what it is.
We can't hear in Bitwig. Fuck.
No, it's fucked up right now. I don't know why.
All right. Well, we can still talk
We
about it.
We can
haven't
still look
started
at it.
figuring that out, but it's very obvious.
Yes, we have. It's just a long process, Dave. Sorry, just kidding. We have not.
Triggered.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, you're
Pushed
kidding.
a button, dude.
I'm just-
Caleb
I'm just
does
joking.
more than anybody, so I'm not calling anyone out. I don't care.
Yes. Okay.
We
Although
like
it'd be
that
nice.
fun. Hilarious. I mean, it did just stop
So-
randomly.
so-
I don't know why.
It was working perfectly.
Yes, it was working perfectly. Maybe it'll work today perfectly. We'll see.
Well, so I'm gonna.
Are you
send
trying to
a-
activate it? I guess you kind of have to.
I want to do a little talk react a little early because I want to dive in on this topic. It's something you guys have talked about. We've talked about a bunch on the pod,
Okay.
but I'm trying to like actually play with it for the first time, and I can't get it to do the cool thing. I can, but I don't know. I want to hear how you guys are approaching it. But yeah, we'll do that next.
Okay. So here is Faceplant. Let's get up
Wow, pink theme.
M Aussie here.
Shout out the Aussies, dude,
M Aussie.
or Aussies. You pronounce it with a
Yeah,
Z.
those are Aussies. This is an Aussie.
Yeah,
OSI. Scope. Aussie scope.
I'll see.
Just because I will stutter on the full name. So I'm not even going to try. We're not even going to attempt. And we're just going to do an analog, so this is just simple and clean. It's so far away and so small for me right now.
So far away.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't see anything. But here you can see the sub. I don't honestly know what note we're playing, which is a little bit of a bummer. So let's make sure we know what note we're playing here. Just an F1, right? That's the, or is it F0?
I think it is F0.
There we go. Okay. F0. Folks, you can't hear this, right? You're not getting just a sub blown in your face? What if we... No. Okay. So here is a sub, and you'll see it here on the scope. Let's bring back phase plant here. Sine wave. I gotta bring it closer to me. We're going to go up 12, which is an octave. And we're going to slowly goose the gain in of this second oscillator here. And it will begin to flatten out our sine wave cycle that you see here and start making it more of a square, but then it'll start to get a little bit of dip and form some boobies. And then we also can fuck with the phase, which will then help us get the most maximum quality sub. And I don't even do this anymore. Like I used to do this a lot, but I found personally that I prefer more of almost a perfectly clean sub.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it depends on what's happening in the mids.
Yeah.
If there isn't a lot happening in the mids and it's more of a, you know, just a fuck you bass, then I will do this because it's just sub and fuzz. So you kind of need the sub to extend a little bit into the upper registers with this trick. What's up, DLZ? Let's go.
Oh, it's that boy.
That's right, bruv. Okay, so we're going to make a sub fat as fuck right now. So we're going to bring in this second.
But you're not going to be able to hear it.
No, you're not going to be able to hear it. We're just watching it here, which is almost good. You should train your eyes.
Yeah, train your eyes.
So here you see it start to...
Music is about what you see, not what you hear. Sorry, I had to.
So as you can see here, it slowly gooses around. You see that little...
Fucking it up.
I wish... I can make this bad boy bigger. There
you go.
Fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and we don't want it to go too far because now there's more space here that no sound is happening than what is happening. So I don't we're kind of past the point now, at least for me. So I'll go back to neutral and I'm looking for something like this, just a little bit of a goose, and then we'll sit here and we'll fuck with the phase. And that's what we're looking for. Something in this range.
Oh, that's interesting.
It starts to either your bottom or your top. You can sit here and you can slowly... Where's the face? There we go.
Oh, shit. That actually aligns with the topic I wanted to bring up next. This is perfect. I'm going to keep this in mind.
So you can sit here and we can create a little bit more of your...
Negative.
Loud point.
So I thought in the Bill video he was doing more of that.
Yes.
Where you get the double. Is that what you're doing next?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on what your amplitude is of your other oscillator and the phase it's at.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's how you added the double amp, just volume?
Yeah. It's just the amplitude it's coming in at and its phase. That's it.
Yep.
That's all you have to tweak with. And you can, if you want some different tones, you can drop it down to like a seventh.
I will
you
use
some
the
super
third
weird
harmonic
stuff.
Often to get
third
the
harmonic
fat,
is great.
To get the actual fatness, the third harmonic goes fucking ham.
This is specific to...
Oh, wait, and you're FMing this.
Phase, but no. This is just pure additive.
Playing next to each other.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
so the third harmonic is a smaller wave, so it's going to add the double lumps
they're
on
parallel.
the big wave.
Right.
Let's see.
Yep.
So the third harmonic...
Very cool.
Is Is that 3?
Double lumps.
Sorry, folks.
Double lumped up on a Tuesday.
The screen we're looking at is not as
that's
resolution
3.
free as what you guys are looking at. There we go, 3. So now we can sit here. Oh no!
Disappear every time.
Oh no!
There you go.
Yeah. So let's go back to
when you
neutral.
change
Let's put the phase back.
That's where it gets nice.
So
Yeah,
so look at that. It immediately
flattens
flattens it out. Yeah. The third harmonic is not nice, but it depends on like the synth you're in, the song you're
Really,
writing.
I love the third harmonic.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
But it depends on what else is happening.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it
Like,
definitely
it really depends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because the third harmonic is not necessarily the most melodic of the options.
It's a little
Octave is
sour.
way easier
octave is
because
way easier.
it's just following the singular note. But if you were
Right.
making something that has like a lot of melodicness to it, that might not sit as well some of the time.
But you can
Interesting.
basically because this is still going to sound mostly like a sine wave.
Yeah,
But
it's very quiet
you're getting
compared to the main sign.
but you're getting more amplitude over time than you were with just the pure sine. So it's gonna carry a lot better in the club, in the car, and
Gonna
blah blah blah
feel
blah blah.
bigger,
Yeah,
feel
it's gonna
thicker.
right. But it will be thicker in terms of you trying to mix it.
Yes.
So be aware that you're gonna have a little less headroom if you push that thing to the wall.
Oh yeah.
You can in theory get a similar shape with just distortion, right?
Yeah.
Just saturation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Just like a really
Yeah.
soft clip into it.
I mean, depends.
That's gonna add like a bunch of
Well, here,
harmonics really
let's-
quietly though,
let's-
compared to only fine tuning a third or the fourth harmonic, whatever
Let's just
harmonic
do
you
a
want.
quick example. Let's turn off this right now. Hey. So now we're just back to a sine. Let's add a clipper.
It is honestly kind of fun not hearing and just seeing it.
Oh,
Kinda cool.
What am I doing? I can literally just add it right.
It's
It's funny as
second
fuck.
day in phase plant, guys. Give him some credit.
It's funny as fuck. So yes and no, but it's like you're adding. I mean, I guess we can
We'll throw a knee on that
increase the
baby.
knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you increase your out, and now we're cooking with gas.
That's similar.
There's
then.
gotta be a way to like. Well, if you were wave shaping,
Right
you
there,
could
bro.
probably get a little more
Right there.
shape out of it. Yeah,
That's
square
exactly it, dude.
Square wave.
Square waves.
It's a perfect sub. Wah.
It's funny that is a square wave, but also a square wave does not sound like what that sounds
I
like.
know. Isn't
No.
that weird?
No,
Isn't that? I hate
They're
that.
similar.
I hate
they're
that.
they're close. They have all the same.
Yeah.
They
Big
just don't-
components.
They're not the same.
The
Yeah.
character is different.
Yeah, it's so weird.
The timbre.
Okay, so this is perfect. Can we watch my little vid real quick?
Yeah.
And
Let
then
me
dive into
send it
that?
to the. Actually, you're not early because I mean it's technically 8:30 now.
Oh.
We started a little bit late, but not
Yeah.
too bad.
Oh shit. Okay, that kind of worked out then. Wow, this one fucking flew by. Holy shit.
Hey, we got the table.
I know.
Yeah.
First
that
time at the
happens.
table on our own.
Yeah. It's a big day for us.
We actually grinded out today.
Yeah.
But I hit that bowl. So
I
now
had
I'm, like,
a
trying to
topic I
remember
didn't
what I'm
even get
doing
to
here.
bust out. I guess I'll save it for next week then. Look at us go.
Somebody say something. Jesus Christ.
No, I prefer just listening to the fish tank.
I will use this trick fairly often.
What is
Your favorite color?
high end and low end shelves?
Oh, you did like a Jeopardy thing.
Yeah, I did
You're
a
trying to
Jeopardy
guess
thing.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was doing a Jeopardy thing. I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
talking
guys.
about. I'm talking about specifically adding the frequency in. You can add it in using FM, which is a good way to do it as well. Another way to get your more flat sub kind of thing, but also
right.
do it in a different way.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
with the harmonic
That's interesting. What is that background?
series on.
Oh yeah, in Serum
Yes.
harmonic series.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it has all
is that
the
wave
ones you
table?
need. Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
Apparently, Jade Cicada loves that. Squonk.
Yeah, I use that
loves
all
that.
the time. I use it
Yeah.
all the time. It's really good. It's just it's like a math. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I need this
math
very
table.
specific thing. Like, it's not like, oh, I just want to create and have fun. It's like more like, oh, I need the sound. This does it.
I need to
Yeah.
use that more.
So
It's really good.
quick little sidebar. If any of you don't know about, I think they're called galbanum architecture waveforms. They're so much fun. I got obsessed with these like 4 years ago. They're all similar to like the harmonic series wave, or they're all like math-based waveforms, and there's like 200.
Is it the architecture ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Galbanum? Is that what it?
Galbanum?
I can't believe
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah,
think that's
Galbanum
right.
architecture waveforms. I think they're free. If not, send us a message and we will hook you up. Sorry,
I
Galbanum.
mean, I have these too, I think. They're goated.
They're so much fun. So they're similar to the harmonic series concept, but it just gives you little like different versions of
oh, it's fucking
harmonic.
$60, guys.
Oh, it's $60.
Although it gives you a lot.
It gives you like
it's a
300
lot.
waveforms.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Or maybe I have 2 packs,
Oh.
so I have like 300. But
It looks like it's 2,500 now.
oh fuck,
25,000. Excuse me, folks. I don't know how to count.
25,000.
I don't know why.
Wow,
it
that's
opened
not the pack
to-
I have then. I don't have 25,000 of them. I thought I had like 200 or 300. That's fucking crazy. These are so fun though, because they just isolate.
Oh, because it's Architecture Waveforms 2010 or Architecture Volume 1.
Oh, I have volume 1.
Yeah, interesting.
And then I think there's like volume 1, 2, 3, maybe. Maybe I'm just thinking of volume 1. I don't know. They're really cool though.
Huh.
They're all waveforms you could make on your own. Like one of the waveforms, for instance, or like one of the series of waveforms and one of the waveform like tables is like it just has 3 waveforms together at like the 10th, 11th, 12th harmonic. And then the next cycle in the series is like the 11, 12, 13, and then 13, 14, 15. So you could make it all, but it's like it's already made. And it's all just weird little like math-based, harmonic-based stuff. Some of them are based off like literal fractals, which is just fun. But it's cool. I definitely recommend that. Go buy it.
There we
Support
go.
them. They deserve it. But you could probably find it online for free. Not saying you should, but you could.
For some reason, every time I click on anything, it's opening a new
New window.
a new browser window, and I don't understand why. Folks in chat, if you have any idea why this is happening, that'd be great.
It's some weird hot.
It's gonna open a new. Look at this, a new window. Like, what is? Why?
Hilarious.
How to give your ass? Is this what you send us?
Yep.
All right.
How to give your sounds ass.
Gives you like a round, clean, bouncy sound. But asymmetrical distortion gives it ass. Symmetrical distortion gives you like a...
So that's what I wanted to talk about. Asymmetrical distortion.
What's an example of an asymmetrical distortion unit?
M wave shaper, KHS shaper.
Okay. Yep.
The only 2 I know that I've been playing
Right,
with.
because you can put them in asymmetrical mode,
Asymmetrical mode.
and you can
yeah.
adjust the top to bottom of
Yeah.
of the waveform differently. Can't Rift do this too?
I don't know. I don't have Rift.
Isn't Rift that
I have their feedback Rift
wavetable
thing.
distortion? But anyways, yes, I agree.
Yeah. So, can we pull up like what are you guys doing to like do you do it with M wave shaper or KHS shaper? And then like what are you doing in it? Because I feel like I can get cool stuff, but I feel like I'm just like randomly just drawing shit in and being like that sounds cool, which is fair, but I don't know. I'd like to just see.
I'm never
more
thinking
logical
about
approach.
it too hard. Let's just bring up the same thing we were doing before. So,
Is it not already open?
no.
Oh no. Okay.
And I guess we also don't even have to show it. We could just talk about it, but this has been on my mind.
So, what?
What?
The backspace doesn't work?
Oh, our keyboard died?
Oh, the shift key is stuck down.
Ah.
That's why it's giving me
why
a
it
new
was
fucking window.
duplicating it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, we know. We pushed it a
Sticky
bunch.
keys.
There we go.
That's so funny.
Excuse us, folks. Sorry about that.
Hilarious.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, it's lasted a long time, this keyboard.
for sure. This is the OG we started with, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is my keyboard before I upgraded
Yeah, let's go.
Well,
to a
apparently,
wired keyboard.
this is the only thing, and I will do this live
Faster
for you
input
guys.
or something for gaming. Is it faster input?
Cheaper.
Cheaper. Okay. Yeah.
The only thing I found that's an issue with Bitwig that I don't like is sometimes it'll just randomly forget that you have an entire line of plugins. Like you open it up and you'll be working, and then all of a sudden it forgets that you have every kilohertz thing that exists.
Oh, no.
Yet it's on a bunch of different things where it's
that's
working
funny.
just fine, and you're like,
It just forgets the file path or
yeah,
something.
yeah, like you
It's
try and
like, I don't
search
know,
and
dude.
it's just not there, and you're like,
I've never had that happen.
that happens to me
Really?
Never.
fairly
weird.
often. Like every couple months, it'll just forget that M or the Melda exists. It just now
Just
forgot.
did it?
Like I just typed an M and it had
Hilarious.
like 2 different options, and I was like, guys, it exists. We were literally just using it. Like, how could you? Yeah, see now it's
Maybe
here.
you search more than I do.
I do search a lot. Okay, so back to our sine wave here. Meow. Meow. There we go. We decided it was
F0.
F0. Meow. Wait. Is that F0? Yeah. There we go. Wait.
The other zoom.
Thank you. All right, folks. So now,
Asymmetrical
what is going on here?
distortion.
Look at that.
That's
What's
weird.
going on there?
I don't know.
Oh, it's because it's not playing anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
Asymmetrical distortion. So I think, do I have Rift? I do have Rift. JK, I don't have Rift
Psych.
anymore. Psych! We do have M
I
wave
think you have
shaper.
rift through.
A splice.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. I think
Probably
I
just not logged in.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Yeah.
need to connect it. That's how much I use Rift, folks. Shout out Rift. Although I hear people make a bunch of good shit with
pretty
it, but like I don't use like one distortion plugin as like a catch-all. Like I'm using like 13 at once at little percentages. Like, because I love the black box, I love Decapitator, I love M wave shaper.
Decapitator?
I use Decapitator a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I love
Wow,
Decapitator.
we've never talked about that.
Fuck.
Yeah,
We should have a Sound Toys episode.
What?
It's one of the only sound toys I still use, and I use it regularly all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. Decap goes hard. It goes.
I need to fucking use that.
It goes
Yeah.
too hard. Like if you try
Someone-
and use it as just like a distortion unit, it just fucking annihilates shit and makes
Yeah.
it flat and horrible. Like you have to use it in like subtle, like little bits.
Doesn't I feel like someone like Noisia level really like Decapitator? Fuck, I can't remember who it was. don't know.
So asymmetrical here. So this is the
Asymmetrical.
center now.
That's center.
Oops. Alt.
Wow, look at
There
that.
we go. Okay.
It just moves around.
Yeah. That's
So
weird.
this is the top. All right, we can do some crazy things.
Just clipping the top.
Let's just clip the top. Let's now zoom out here. Let's just. Oh god.
Oh,
God.
what?
Oh god. Oh god. We fucked
You
up.
do the really unhealthy, like it doesn't go negative.
There we go. Yeah, it's default. Okay.
Not asymmetrical anymore.
What just happened?
If you click Alt before you
It'll
have
snap.
anything, it'll do that and zoom in on just that area. So you have to unzoom and you want to click the thing and then hold Alt and then it'll sticky
Okay.
to the grid.
Ooh.
Cool.
It took me a
Fun
while
grid,
to figure
by
it
the
out.
way.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so now we're asymmetrical, right? Oh, we're at squared. Whoa. Okay, I wanted to just get rid of this, and I just wanted to take the top. There we go. And push it as hard as possible. Take the bottom, push it as hard as possible. So this is
that would be making it symmetrical.
Yes.
Yes.
It's technically now symmetrical, but we can really goof the top, and then we can just slightly goof the bottom, and this is going to give you a little bit, just a skosh of like a fatness in some way, or less fat in some way. You could also do this. You can also like push it.
Oh, you're making a pulse wave.
Yeah, because you can move the middle.
That's a pulse, right? If it moves it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That is
That's cool as fuck. I guess that makes sense.
Right.
It's weird though. Oh yeah, stairs. Copycatt liked the stairs.
Yeah.
You can draw in the... Or that one too, where that one's weird.
Where you can just completely annihilate shit.
Look at that. Look at that waveform. I wish we could actually hear this. I'm so
I
curious.
know. It would probably
like
sound pretty bad. To be
It probably
fair.
would.
This is like a ghost that's just been ripped in half.
Yeah.
Look at it. Fucking
Oh,
ghost.
he got cut in half with a sword.
Yep, and he's like,
With the samurai sword.
yes, asymmetrical, which this isn't even at 100%. We should probably put it at 100%.
Go make a song with the sound and send it to us.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Specifically sub.
Screenshot that.
Make a sub
want
with
it to
this
be the
and send it
sub.
to us.
And also just
Even
like,
if you see this a year from the date this gets released on YouTube, send it to us.
Right.
We'll get a nice little callback.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Watch in like 5 years though, like every day we
So
just
many.
get the fucking
right,
That'd be
hilarious.
sick.
I gotta write this down.
asymmetrical distortion. So what is the...
I'm gonna start fucking with this. I actually have not played with this at all on purpose.
Same. I think I did once when we first found out about it. Like we saw that Noisia video or wherever the fuck we found it. Mm-hmm. And then I
What,
just
the
got like
Copycatt
weird...
subs or this?
The asymmetrical distortion. And I remember not getting like the best results, and I was like, yeah, I'll come back to it.
well, you
And then I
can't-
just never did.
It's one of those things where you can't go hard.
You can't go hard,
Yeah,
right?
it's the same thing with amplitude modulation or ring mod, kind of like stuff on stuff. If you're gonna have like your hi-hats react to the kick drum or the sub every time it hits with some kind of amplitude modulation, it's so easy to just make the whole thing just
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, it sounds sick. You're like, no, it's just distorted.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is just distorted now. Like it's not technically distorted, but it is. Like it's
I mean,
exactly
if
what's
it's in
happening.
my project, it is because that's going right into a limiter
Well, there's that too.
or a clipper. But like, yeah, no, I'm
it's
with
one of
you
those-
on that.
it's a
like,
finesse. It's a
basically,
finesse.
everything works this way. You smash it first. First thing
Trial
you
and
do,
error.
Smash it. Fuck with it until it starts kind of sound kind of cool almost, and then pull it all the way back to where you almost can't hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like
Yep.
you just do that over and over again throughout your whole track, and
Next thing you
you'll
know,
have-
you're Daft Punk.
amazing shit will happen.
It is true.
But that takes some serious balls, because
And-
you're not going to hear it
It's not.
until it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah, and it's also not easy. Like it takes
No.
ears and taste, which takes years to cultivate. We're not there.
Yeah, we're not, like,
we're
necessarily
on our
the best
way.
at it.
But
Yeah.
this is what we've seen, you know. And if you look closely, it's the truth. It's the truth, bro. It's at least
It
a
is the
truth.
truth.
There are plenty of truths within art, which is why art's great, because you can kind of like you can cater to any truth, and anybody will be like, "That's art, dude." So
That's art, man.
You know, like it's up to you. Like hyperpop exists,
Yeah.
and so does like Daft Punk's Random Access Memories album, which is like one of the most buttery smooth albums you'll ever listen to in your entire life. You're like, how's it so buttery smooth? And you'll
That sounds pretty
then
good.
listen
Holds
to you'll listen to some hyper pop, and you're like, it's so distorted, but it's also sick.
Yeah.
Like it's Everything's got its place. Mm-hmm. Everything's got its sauce and its thing. It's art, guys. So chill the fuck out, but also like do your best.
Chill the fuck out.
Hey guys,
okay.
chill out.
Chill
And
out,
I'm gonna
guys.
quote shit.
M. Night Shyamalan,
No.
Don't quote shit.
Elon Musk,
Hang on. Give me 1 second.
Betty White,
No, it's Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Sean Connery.
Yeah, dude. the
Equally
goat.
as wild of all of the three names I just said.
Oh shit.
Crazy pull.
Is it?
Kind of. At least,
What's the one where they're escaping from Alcatraz?
That's how young you are.
I don't know. I
It's-
don't know who Sean Connery is.
You
I know
don't
his
know
voice.
what?
Sean Connery.
Sean
That's
Connery.
all I know of him.
He was fucking James Bond, bro. Jesus.
Oh, I never saw this.
He was a lot of things.
I might have saw one when I was younger, but I didn't think it was that
Folks, is this insane just to me?
I don't care about Sean Connery.
It's Sean
Yeah,
Connery and
cool. Mrs. Doubtfire.
no.
Okay.
And
I don't know the plot.
who were we just talking about? Buggy Eyeballs. Gone in 60 Seconds.
Don't-
I don't know.
Oh.
It's his
Gone
best.
I'm not the
60
pop
seconds?
culture guy.
Oh.
Gone in 60. Is that
Has
a
a
race
voice.
movie? Is that a racing movie?
Has another very mimicable voice. Where are you going with this?
I had
where are
I
we
had a
going?
quote,
You had
and
a
now it's
quote.
just gone. It's just gone. It's just gone.
All right,
Basically,
cool.
Sean Connery is like, he says something, and
cool.
and the
It's
other
like,
guy.
You gotta slap him.
No, right? No, I mean, kind of.
You did do
the
that.
other guy is like, I'm trying my best, and he's like, trying your best is what the dork says. You're gonna fucking take home the prom queen
Oh.
and fuck her or some
Oh,
shit, and you're just
shit.
like, Jesus Christ, Sean Connery, like we were just trying to chill.
That's what
and
James
do my
Bond
best.
says in the movie?
It's not James Bond.
It's like
he's
actual
playing
Sean
a different character.
Connery. Okay.
Yeah, they're escaping fucking prison. It's like a whole
My
thing.
favorite was
But
Adam
I think it's the
Carolla.
island, right?
Adam Carolla always says, don't do your best. Do my best.
Yes, that is the best.
That's sick. Also, what
Do
a
my
flex.
best. Don't do
Yeah.
your best.
Yeah. You
I mean,
suck.
Get on my level
best.
and do
yeah,
that
yeah.
good.
Come here.
Please just
Come on.
do my best if you would.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, but that is art. It is like there's no rules at all, and you can just have fun and do whatever the fuck you want, like David Cho. But also
I
at the
love
same
that guy.
time, be like David Cho and kick fucking ass.
Yeah.
Like you have to be really fucking good. You got to like
Also-
sit there and do it a bunch. That's why we're here.
Paint the Facebook first building or whatever and get 10,000 free stocks in Facebook.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Do that. Do that, guys.
Well,
do that
you
for
know
the
what-
next Facebook.
You know what has to happen before you do that? You have to be really fucking good.
You
Yeah,
do.
it's true.
You do.
He wouldn't have been.
I'm okay.
It's a cigarette, dude.
Oh, well, in that case.
It's just tobacco.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, I told you.
Obviously.
Folks,
Little poof.
go be really fucking good.
Gave it.
Keep fucking working at it. That's what we preach here. Just, I mean, you can
Peer
release
pressure
stuff.
your friends on a podcast to smoke weed, you know.
You can release stuff if you want, but either way, just keep going hard as fuck. We'll
Go
see you
hard.
guys next week.
Yeah.
Play with asymmetrical distortion.
Yeah, do it.
Follow our Patreon. Send us questions.
Yep,
Yeah.
all those things. We got
Like and subscribe.
We got some homies coming up soon. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.